Hi everyone, and welcome back to City of Myst weekly demo game. This is issue number 2, and we are going to play another session of City of Myst, which is a super-powered detective game set in a mystical, an urban city, a modern urban city with touches of mystical and the mysterious. With us here today are our heroes from last week. We have a bit of a change of characters. We have actually, guys, why don't you present yourselves and the character that you're playing, starting with Chris.
Yeah, I'm playing Mitosis. He thinks he's really smart, but he's not. He's a big dude, look like a monster, and he always hungry. So yeah, he's trying to root.
Yeah, so Mitosis is an ex-boxer who was, he hit his car with he hit a truck with his car and got all biochemical, and now he can grow cells very, very, very fast, which he uses in a number of ways. That's cool, Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin, and I'll be playing Kitsune, but the members of the team often call him Kit. And Kit is he's got a very small frame. He's probably almost 4 feet tall, very light on his feet, and he's always jumping around. He's kind of an acrobat, and he's garbed sort of like a ninja, and he is the embodiment of a beneficial or a benevolent fox spirit, and that's Kitsune.
Thank you. Lloyd?
Hi, I'll be playing Excalibur, who is a fairly rich social activist who also happens to wield an incredibly powerful weapon that can change its form.
Thank you. Charlie?
Here. My name's Charlie, and I'm playing Declan L'Estrange. He is very strange, and he appropriately changed his last name to Estrange after sneaking onto an archaeological dig of a competitor and touching an artifact, and had certain aspects that whether you consider it a curse or a gift will be later to be decided. At times they're both, and other times they're not. With that, you will see that he wears a nice heavy felt Stetson hat that's somewhat of a Montana type cut in the cowboy hat. Sweat stains around the brim somewhat. You'll notice that he likes to have his blue jeans and a set of nice cowboy boots. In fact, the boots look more expensive than his jeans and his jacket. He hides kind of like a body pistol sometimes, which is something he picked up in one of his past experiences, which is a remodeled old Colt to a more modern double action firearm with some specialties. And he loves the look and the presence of some of the older Western firearms, but he has them brought up to tech. But on the outside, they look just like an old Henry or old Sharps for a long rifle, and the Colt double action repeater. And he walks around always kind of looking around his shoulder like somebody may be tracking him on down. Whether it may be for his good looks and swagger for the ladies, or whether it's for the fact that he owes certain entities a certain sum of cash or prize. And with that, over to the DM.
Very good. Fantastic. So, John.
John Lamb. I'm going to be playing Fire Salamander. He's a blue-collar worker for the city, a plumber, a pipe fitter, good-looking guy, young guy, got it all going for him, and he happens to be driven to pursue justice, and he's a typical trope of a young hero, and he wields a fire plasma. It's a fire that works fluid like water. And that's it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so all the folk are assembled. I wouldn't want. I don't know about heroes, but so in our last issue, Mitosis, Declan L'Estrange, and Excalibur, picked up some clues. Basically, they were hired to get back a crate that was stolen, and they discovered that it wasn't even stolen. There's just all kinds of parties and factions are trying to get it. On the one hand, there's the Chinese Triad situated in a mansion at the edge of the city, very rich district, where they're keeping the crate, and led probably by some lady in a red dress. And on the other hand, a person named Lars Holst, some slick guy in a suit that the three met in a very fancy restaurant, and he told them about the contents of the crates and why he tried to hire them to get the crate, but he then disappeared. So I think we can first of all ask the players, what would you like to do next? Do you think that you're going to, now that you also have Kitsune and Fire Salamander on the team, are you guys going to try and hit the Triad and try to acquire the crate? Are you going to go on the hunt for Lars Holst, the mysterious person who started this whole mess? Or are you just going to, be attentive for other things that are going on in the city? Make your call.
I would vote for dealing with the crate, since we actually know where it is, and once we get possession of the crate, we might be able to lure out Lars.
It's a little bit more complicated than that. Last time we found out about exactly where it was. When the mansion it's in, we know where it is, but we know it's also owned by Chinese Triad. We know they have armed security all over the place, but we also know they have cleaning teams in and out with food deliveries and cable tech systems. But we don't have a copy of the blueprints or anything else, so we don't know where exactly it's kept in the building.
Right. Let's do this in play, Lloyd. I think this would be great for something for Excalibur to fill in everyone, with what she found and all the details about Lars, especially Kitsune and Fire Salamander, who are joining. So you guys, your office is set in Declan L'Estrange's warehouse. Perhaps it's nighttime and you've assembled there. The dirty glass. Outside of the dirty glass, you can see the industrial zone, smoke rising to the sky from all the chimneys. And maybe Excalibur can tell a bit more about what you found out about the crate's content from Lars.
Okay, so first things first, the crate's contents. The crate contains a teapot that, if used, can track down people who are a bit more aware about the world that we live in. I don't actually know what exactly they find out or how it works, but you can use it to track down people like us. At the moment, it's sitting in a mansion owned by the Chinese Triad, and Lars Holst has hired us to get it for him because he and his employers would like to use it to keep people like us safe, which I don't believe at all. Lars himself is a weirdo because I don't know how he does it, but he has the ability to cloud men's minds so they don't remember him. I don't know if it's some kind of mind control. I don't know whether he's just randomly forgetful. I mean, there's nothing to go on other than speculation at the moment, so you have to be worried about that. Because I remember him now. I might magically forget him next time I see him. The building itself is armed guards, usually with machine guns, wonderfully, because like that's the way it rolls. Owned by a woman in red whose name I have yet to find out. They do have cleaning teams, food deliveries, cable tech teams, all those other things coming in and out of the building over and over again. But unfortunately, I've not been able to get a blueprint of the area or find out where inside the building it's kept. That's about as much as we know.
I think we need to take a bus and drive into the building.
Right, so consider another plan that isn't one by Mitosis, who just wants us to drive to the building.
I will say, which one will net us the most money? If we find our employer, will he give us a bonus because that's extra, that's above and beyond the duty, or can we get some more money if we let the Triad know that there's a couple other elements and information that's trying to gain this asset from them?
I can answer that question, actually. I can answer
please go, pretty lady, because you look like you have the air style upon you. He'll take off his Stetson,
sit down.
And he'll dust off the chair for you with his brim, put it on back.
I'm not
go and sit on down.
Actually, I am going to fall for it because it's a comfortable chair. Thank you. All right, 2 reasons. 1, the Chinese Triad knows someone's after it. I think they may know who Lars is, but I don't know if they know him by name or if they don't know who his employer is. Once again, Lars is just a middleman. He's not the full-on employer. He's not the one looking for the pots. But telling the Chinese Triad may make a difference. We know this because they've already taken a shot at us and tried to kill us last time. They opened fire on our contact and almost took Mitosis out, unfortunately. Oh, what a shame. Secondly, I don't know about you, but I'd rather not deal with the Chinese Triad in a case of backbone telling and misinterpretations. I'd rather just stick to the word of what we said, which was would get the item back. Thirdly, if there's an item in there that can find people like us, do we really want it out in other people's hands? Maybe in hands that we can control, like mine.
And Declan would say, and that's the rub in the bush. Now, we don't have to necessarily tell the complete truth about who's over after this and which factions. And if they offer us enough capital and security, maybe we can railroad our employer to situate ourselves into a stronger bargaining position, since they don't know about him, you said, on who and why he wants it. But we could haggle over that, or we could have any of you gone downtown to the tax office and zoning office and talked to Little Marie. She's always been a cute contact for me and has helped me with certain things like blueprints from time to time.
No, I haven't, but you can give it a shot. It's worth it.
I have a thought. The idea of getting the blueprint.
Thought not going to be let's betray the third person in the party, because I really don't think I can deal with that.
Are you done?
Yeah, go on.
Getting the blueprints would be a great idea, but just to be clear, dealing with the Triad would not be on my list of things to do. Trying to bargain with the Triad would be below that, and lying to the Triad would be even below that. So we probably need not even mention that again.
And Kitsune, he would hop from the windowsill to Declan's desk, and then perched from the desk, he'd say, and I don't believe the direct approach would be our first plan. Maybe a backup with the bus. And he looks to Mitosis.
Oh, not the bus again.
A bus is the best idea. I could distract them, and you just need aim.
But
I can make a what do you call it? I can tap my media and made a what do you call it? Police chase, and I just run into the building, and the police is there too.
Maybe I misspoke. Backup plan. How would we secure some of these plans, these floor plans? And then he just quickly hops back to the windowsill.
So, does anyone have a way of? I take it that you want to focus on the triad.
Yeah.
Anyway, and does anyone have a way of getting those blueprints?
Well, how about I go back to work and pull the blueprints up for the buildings, because all of the piping for the city would be accessible to me. And also, since I am already employed by the city, I could easily just walk into the planning office and pull the plans for any floor plan that I want without any issue at all. I already have a badge. I can go down and get it without even worrying about it. I can make copies there, and it wouldn't be conspicuous or at any sort of risk. It's part of my daily job.
Well, if there is the point of, if you don't really need it for your job, someone might wonder why you are taking all these blueprints of a very rich part of town, but you can roll for it if you want.
If it gets to that point, then I would use the story that I'm becoming a private contractor, and this is one of the jobs that I'm bidding on.
Then I'm pretty sure they will definitely not let you take it. But at any rate, you can roll for it. So let's see what the dice say. If you're doing this, I think you're kind of acting discreetly. You're just going to walk in, waltz in, try to get what you want to get. Throw in any tags that you have that are relevant.
The person that I'm having to deal with when I go through the door, male, female?
Yeah, it could be a female. The secretary there, or whoever's responsible for the files. Let's say she's middle-aged woman, Wanda, and she's she likes you. She likes seeing you around when you come in to pull the blueprints for your work.
Well, I'm going to fall back on the heartthrob that he has for his logos.
Sure. So you just look at the power tags that you have. You don't have to choose from one theme. You can mix your tags from heartthrob, tags from city water worker. So you can throw in anything you want for this role.
If he already knew that she was going to be there, what he's going to produce first is a little small box that he picked up on the way with a little ribbon on it, and when she opens it up, it'll have a cupcake in it.
Very cool, very suave. So, what tags are you using?
I'm going to use charming. How many can you apply?
As many. No, as many as apply as are relevant for this situation.
I'm going to say friendly, charming, and handsome.
Okay. Do you use any of the tags from your other theme, the city water worker?
I'm just going to play on that aspect because she already knows that I work for the city.
Okay.
I'm going to try to keep it unofficial, therefore it won't raise any eyebrows as far as if I say something in an official context and then I say something that's unofficial, that'll throw up suspicion. So I'm just going to go with the big gleaming smile.
Very good. So you roll +3, and either roll on your desk and tell us the result, or if you can use.
I tell you what. The dice don't really matter to me, so I'm going to let you roll so that you can see the dice, if you don't mind.
Sure, Christopher, maybe, or I want to see if mine works.
Actually, that's a good point. Actually, does mine work yet?
Yeah, mine doesn't work.
I rolled 7 for you.
Oh, yeah, mine works as well. Oh, I just wasted that roll.
So you have 7 +3, that's a 10. So 10 is always a success. When you roll sneak around, which is the move for doing things kind of under the radar, scoring 10 means everyone that should fall for it falls for it. So Wanda, well, tell me how you go about doing it. How do you present this cupcake to Wanda, and what do you want from her?
Oh, that's the whole point. It was just a hello, nice to see you. It's always a pleasure. And I thought about you when I saw this, and here you go. Nothing requested, nothing pressured, just a simple gesture.
She says, "For me." Oh my, that's lovely. Now you guys can choose your real name. So you can just I know Lloyd called Excalibur Ashanti, who's Holden. You can choose your real name if you want. So John, what is the name you actually go by as opposed to Salamander?
Just for context sake, let's just go with John Lamb.
Okay.
Make it easy.
Sure. So she says, John, that's so thoughtful. You've never... And then she stops and changes her direction. And she says, that's lovely. Is there anything I can do for you today? Do you need me to pull out any blueprints for you? Are you going to work down in Cross End, which is the rough part of town where you usually work, or in the port? What do you need from me?
I am actually going to school, trying to get my engineering degree, and I need to pull up an assignment with a larger structure that I hadn't worked with before, a big residential. So I just picked one at random, and I'm going to name the address. And if you don't mind, I'd like to pull this up so that I can compare it to the normal sort of mundane work that I do for my project.
Sure, that's no problem at all. Let me get it right away for you. Just stay here for a minute, and I'll bring it out. And of course, after a couple of minutes, she comes back. You have the blueprints. So this happens possibly the next morning. Has anyone made any other preparations during the night? What are you going to? When are you going to hit the? And how are you going to hit the mansion?
Mitosis like to find a big truck or a bus, just a better plan. Or a bus.
Is he going to steal it or scare someone or just bust the lock on someone and get into a bus? On one of those and get into a bus?
Probably, yeah, steal it at night.
Is this something that we could have discussed before leaving to deal with the young lady or the lady to get the blueprints?
It's probably something that each one of you, you're kind of, we kind of have a downtime right now, so
okay.
Each one of you is doing whatever, and it's a good time actually to pull out the downtime move.
Okay.
Which is a move that allows you to take actions between action scenes or when you're, just have any kind of downtime. So the downtime move says you have to choose one of 5 things to do on your downtime. Give attention to one of your logos themes, which is one of your ordinary life aspects. Investigate the case, which will give you a clue about the case you're working. Exploring your mythos is maybe possibly more for a campaign where you want to understand what's going on with your powers. Preparing for your next activity. And recovering from your last activity, which you currently don't need. So
preparing for the next activity, then.
Yeah, you've done that, and Chris, you can also prepare for your next activity by stealing a bus. That's not a problem.
Yeah, I can do that.
We're gonna do that as a change the game move. And just tell me what you're going to use, what tags you're going to use to steal the bus.
Before you steal the bus, I was going to suggest that maybe we check with the downtown lot where they store all the vehicles that are picked up for traffic violations. There might be a bus or a large truck of some sort that's there, and if we were able to get that, it would be less noticeable because they only check on that sort of stuff when it's pulled up for the records. Whereas if you steal a bus, they would know it that same day or the next day and be looking for us.
Kitsune is going to follow Mitosis on the rooftops.
That's good. So you guys go to the downtown lot.
Yeah.
So you can team up on that. What tags are you going to throw in?
What Kitsune plans to do is, if anybody tries to stop Mitosis, he's going to try and just hover down behind him like a spider and just start pumping out his hypnotic suggestion and his mind reading, and just try to do the Jedi mind trick, you don't care about this, and just go right back to hiding.
Okay.
I'm gonna use change color and texture of my skin. Try to sneak.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only thing I have to sneak.
Okay, so you have one tag, and let's say that with the help of the Fox mind tricks from Justin, you have another couple of tags. So you're rolling +3.
Yeah, for him, I do have Harbinger of good luck. I could use Bless with good fortune if that is even more appropriate.
Sure, but it's kind of more for. I think you already have +3, and it's more for
Cool.
action. Right now, we want to make it very brief.
Excellent.
So, Chris, why don't you roll for both of you?
I
4 and
roll
2.
4 to the success, and I need to roll for him too.
Sure.
No, it's you don't need to. It's one
Okay.
move.
Okay.
Basically, you get 3 points to use for adding tags.
Yes.
So usually these tags will be temporary, but because you're doing this in downtime, we're going to give you a bus with 3 tags that you can use it basically during whatever operation you're going to do next.
Okay.
Back up.
So
Back up.
right. So you can make it armored bus. I don't know what you want to make it. It doesn't even have to be armored. It could be just something like very strong engine, or a big truck full of covered in steel sheets, so it's pretty protective. You can choose 3, and you can write them on the chat when you're ready. Ashanti and Declan, what are you guys doing during the downtime? I'll show the move again so you can choose.
I'll probably be changing the game. Or no, actually no. I think I'm making an investigate move.
Okay. What do you want to find out?
Is there a day where there's a party going on with the Chinese Triad, like a day where it's accepted for people to be coming in and out a lot more, either as workers or as something else, like a dinner party, a setup, anything like that? Is there anything I can find out using that? Because that would be a really good day to go in, where there's a lot of people going in and out, so you can't really put a finger on who is doing what and why.
Any of the traditional Chinese holidays.
Yeah, do you want?
Yeah, I haven't I don't know I don't really know any Chinese holidays.
Chinese New Year's. That's gonna be.
That one. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So the Chinese New Year's, no, it's not really coming anytime soon, but there is some kind of festivity going on in. It's in maybe 3 days, something like that.
Oh, perfect. Can I get us passes? I'd like me +5.
You +5. Okay, you're gonna have to pull some strings, so I'll have you change the game using your tags.
All right. Okay. So good reputation.
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay. Cushy bank account.
Are you going to bribe some of the people responsible for passes?
Yeah.
Or just being a rich person, you get invited to these things?
I suppose you're probably right. Okay. Well, in that case, family, friends, and high places.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. So you have 2 tags.
Can I also squeeze in glamorous? Because I am fabulous and you want me at parties.
Of course you can. This is exactly what glamorous is for.
I love that. Excellent. So that's +3. All right. That's good odds. That's good odds. Let's try that out. 5 and 1. Oh, come on, dice. 9.
Right, 9. So I'll tell you this: the 9 is not going to get everyone in. But if you want to scratch off family friends in high places until your next downtime, you can get passes for everyone. That's called burning the tag. We haven't used it yet.
Okay. Until my next downtime.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's kind of asking for it. How many can I get in if I don't?
You can get 3 people in.
You're asking, I don't want to go, so there's that.
Well, I think I'll stick with 3 people because I know some people want to try and sneak in because there'll be more for sneaking. So
Right.
3 people is pretty good. And I won't be able to take mitosis.
Right. Yeah.
And I definitely can't take, and what's called fast salamander will not want to come, so that's 2 people down. So I'll go with 3. 3's fine.
Okay, no problem. Even though I guess Fire Salamander, when you take him out of the sewers, he cleans up quite nicely. So him and Declan would be the obvious choice, other than the teenager with the mask.
Yeah, I see. That's what I think. I mean, going in with the car is. I'll tell you what. If this doesn't work, Mitosis can come charging in with the car into the building.
I'm a benevolent spirit, not a child. No, just kidding.
Of course you are. Okay, very good.
I'll just have to try and convince Fire Salamander to come with us. I don't know how I'm gonna put it off. I'll think of something.
Okay. Declan, anything else that you're doing in this preparation time?
Yes, Declan's going to go ahead and use preparing for the next activity, and in doing that, what he's going to do is he's going to take his body pistol, basically the Colt 45. He's going to go over and do maintenance on it, oil it, make sure that all the actions are smooth and ready. He's going to go over his ammunition to make sure that he has all the ammunition that he needs. That he generally would carry is all in proper order, like the adhesive foam, the explosive shots, and standard hydro shock rounds.
Yeah.
And then he'll also make sure he has his old Henry Golden Boy looking nice and shiny. He's going to shine his boots so they look very sparkling. He'll go and clean his hat so it looks a little bit better and dapper than what he is. And he'll make a phone call down to one of his associates that he has from his business connections through we'll say the museum and the archaeologist trope that he has, and also with the black market. He'll make a couple phone calls to his contacts through there and just make some inquiries if they have heard anything very interesting as far as on the darker side contacts. With the museum, he's going to go up front and ask if there's any big parties coming on where they're going to show certain pieces of old antiquities or art, so he could go and possibly see if he could make a deal for a present employer that's looking for fine ancient teapots.
Right. So are you going for finding the employer or finding the teapot?
Finding the teapot, since
Like
everybody
finding out things about the teapot.
Yes.
Okay, so it's more like an investigate move, but to speed things up, I'll just tell you what you find. You look into the books. You know, you hit the books. You hit the internet. I don't know if he uses the internet. Is he a library guy or a computer guy?
He's more of a library guy, but he knows that the world's changing, so he's slowly migrating into there. He likes to be able to run and look, because he's constantly on the move and not always having that internet connection. So that's not as important. He'll have I picture him having a cursory knowledge because he knows it's job related and he has to.
Sure.
And that's how he also gets some of the information from the black market and some of his darker contacts through encrypted emails.
Okay, that's good. So you ask a couple of contacts that are on the darker side of things. You know you have connection to smugglers as well, or you know about smuggling.
Yep.
And you get the word that a Yixing clay teapot that's very old, strangely old, because these things usually don't predate the 15th century, and maybe the oldest one is 13th century. A very old one that's from 2nd century BC has been going around. You know, there's a rumor that the Triad have smuggled in this thing from China. So you you know what to look for, and you know what it looks like. You know what you can imagine what kind of crate they will have it in, but you know its size, you know its weight, you know you'll be able to recognize it when you see it.
All right.
And I think with that we're gonna cut right to the evening of the festivity, or let's say this kind of gala that they're holding.
Can we have a group session first?
Sure, if you want to, definitely. So where would you have it?
Probably back at Declan's office. So we haven't actually stated what the plan is yet.
No problem.
I have taken my boss back to the warehouse and modified it there.
Yeah, Kitsune just got into Declan's office through the window, as always.
I walk into the front door because I'm lame. I'm like, I wish I was as cool as Kitsune.
Okay, Declan, are you there at the office at this hour of the day? What hour do you guys meet?
Declan would be at the office because it's going to take time for the phone calls and preparing the ammo, going through inventorying it, making sure it's clean and everything, and preparing his weapons. But he's going to take one particular old-fashioned weapon, and it is old-fashioned. It hasn't been modernized because in his heart of hearts, he always feels it's his last ditch, his safeguard, and always tried and true. He's gonna take a nice Dillinger with pearl handles and nickel plated, and he's gonna make sure that is up in the underneath side of his hat in a little cut slit that he has for it right up there if he needs it, and he'll make sure he has it loaded, and he'll be sitting up there on the phone when they come on back with his boots up on his shiny boots up on the desk on the phone, either hanging up or getting ready to make another call.
I would add, it's got to be after 3:30 because Kitsune was at school all day.
Okay, no problem. So
Curfew.
it's a rainy afternoon. Clouds are very heavy, very low. You can, it's the light is very soft and blue everywhere. You see Kitsune when you hop through the window. You see Declan with his boots on the table. Ashanti just walks in. I don't know. Is Mitosis downstairs in the warehouse hammering at the bus?
Yeah, put a ramp in the front and metal plate over, and have over 1,000 horsepower now. And I wrote on the side, Mitosis rules on the side.
Okay, so you have a Ninja Turtle kind of bus going on there.
Yeah.
What about Salamander? How do you walk in? Where do you come from? How do you do that? What do you say?
He stopped off downtown at the small Chinatown that they got, and checked to see if they had any Xingming festival items, because that's the festival that's happening right now. That would be the Tomb Sweeping Festival, and see if they have any lanterns or kites. They fly kites with a little fire in them.
Right.
See anything like as a gesture item, as a nice gesture item, something handmade, nothing, because it wouldn't be something that normal people, that civilians would walk up and get. it would be something that only Chinese folk would look for. So it wouldn't be cheap, but it wouldn't be super expensive. It'd just be something nice as a gesture.
Sure, you can get that. No problem.
And he'll come from downtown with that.
Okay, you walk in when the group is already chatting. Who's gonna? Ashanti, you wanted the group to have a meeting?
Yeah. So I go, so everyone, wow, hey, Salamander, what's that?
It's a Xingming festival lantern. This is part of the
Xingming?
festival that we're trying to attend.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
I didn't. I looked it up on the internet.
Oh, well, maybe if you're as educated as I was, you would also know that. It's fine. I understand. It's just not your it's not your place. It's fine. I say I look away like, oh my fucking god, how did I not know that? So, let's go over this just one more time. I have a proposal. We can take a look at it and then just completely pretend it doesn't exist and do what we want. We separated 3 teams. One team's the party team, which I'll be part of naturally because look at me, I'm beautiful. I go in with, I look at Declan. I go in with Declan, and also, yes, I go in with Declan, and also with our resident Asian experts, Fire Salamander. We're going to the front door with my passes, and we're basically supposed to be there on the radio, keeping an eye out for anything strange. Kitsune, you're part of the search and find mission. Your whole plan is that you sneak in quietly, you go to the parts of the building we can't get to, and you find the item you're looking for. You have a copy of the blueprints. You take a look at that, and you see, wait, this is your expertise. You find out what's going on with that. Mitosis, you're technically the getaway driver, but you're also there for emergencies. If something goes wrong, you drive in with the car, the bus, you break it down to the front door, and then we'll just work it out what we're going to do from then on. How's that sound for everyone?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And Kitsune jumps up onto Declan's desk, eager to see the blueprints and study them.
John will provide the blueprints, but how are we going to stay in communication with each other through all this?
Oh, we'll get those most cool little radios and put into our ears, and then just talk to each other quietly by putting our hands to our ears.
So 3 of us are going to be walking around a very a very glamorous, high-end social event with radios to our ears.
You know,
from
I'm listening to all of your thoughts right now.
Declan will say, "Don't worry about that. I'm sure I'll keep everybody's attention pretty much on me as far as that, with my outstanding rough exterior and showing up with such a glamorous lady." And
You're really pushing it today.
and I'll come in with one of my aliases as the rodeo champion, Tom Mix.
Okay, very good. So you seem to be all set for the event. So we're gonna, yeah.
Can we actually get one of those small earbud things they use on TV for making radio statements?
Usually this would be kind of a tag, but because it just supports the story, let's go with it. You have it, you can communicate with each other.
Because I've got money, I can just buy it.
Exactly, you can just buy it. So.
I don't have it. I have the radio in the car. I don't have any in my ear.
Okay, because yours is going to fall into your ear anyway.
Can Kitsune just mind talk to him?
To who?
Or does he need an earbud?
Well, if he can't, I don't. What does the tag say?
Mind reading, and then you can also make hypnotic suggestion.
Right. So you'll probably be able to listen in on the people you're familiar with, or people. It works better on. What's the phrasing exactly? I don't want to say dim-witted, but...
Oh, yeah. Stronger against simple-minded and not for complex manipulation.
So it's going to work perfectly with Mitosis, no problem. You can just read everything he thinks.
So, yeah, Kitsune will slip an earbud into that.
Okay, so you all follow the original plan. The rain stops this afternoon, and in the evening when you arrive at the mansion, The gates are wide open, cars are going in and out, and you have a beautiful couple of lakes as you go in, covered with paper lanterns. You see a lot of security in the area. It not a little bit on the outside, but the main building is heavily guarded. On the kind of a gazebo outside, there's the whoever is hosting the evening, and um, a bunch of rich people, basically a very high-end event with all the people that Ashanti would know. Ashanti, are you comfortable being seen with these two fellas? I mean, maybe you picked up a suit for Fire Salamander, and but both of them are not really, they're not really your circles.
It's not going to really be a problem because John's going to separate himself as soon as he gets to the party.
Right.
Wow, John, do you not want to be next to me?
Well, between the two of you, I stand out, and I don't want to be noticed like a polished turd. So I'm just going to move over to the side.
I think that's fair.
And Tom Mix with his long duster and with the beautiful lady on his shoulder, escorting her to her ball, and like that. All they're going to think in Tom's mind, all they're going to think is she's slumming.
And that's why John's separating himself.
Just like
right.
Yeah.
That was good thinking. Very good. So you walk into the party. It's all done on lawns, different lawns. There's a lot of kind of Chinese trees brought over from Asia. It's a very beautiful Chinese garden, very large, with an exquisite catering, and you walk around, around the guests. You see all kinds of people that you know, Ashanti. Meanwhile, John, where are you off to, Fire Salamander?
Well, there's going to be some sort of celebration table where gifts are going to be brought to, because everyone's going to need to bring something in a ceremonial sense. So I'll bring my gift to that table and make a very subtle gesture. Nothing too obvious. Okay. I already stand out because I'm not clearly not one of them. So not going to try to make it any more obvious than anything else.
Well, obvious or not, someone pays attention to you, and when you put the lantern on the table, you see a woman in a red dress. There are many women in red dresses, but this one strikes you as a very strong woman. But kind of mysterious. She looks at you, and her eyes are kind of almost veiled by something. It's not something real. It's just a feeling that you get, and she looks at you from not too far away on the other side of the table, and then when she sees no one is around and you're kind of humbly putting your gift and quietly putting your gift on the table, she walks up to you and she says, "I don't believe we know each other. My name is Jade," and she reaches out to shake your hand. More like giving you her hand to shake or perhaps kiss.
Right. He's going to make a point to make it so that he feels uncomfortable, but not in an inelegant manner. Kiss her hand, and I'm John Lamb, and I received this invite as a charitable gesture from a local client. So I did a little bit of research, and I brought the fire and lantern to support the tomb sweeping holiday. It's very intriguing. Everything's so beautiful here, including you.
How charming. Thank you very much. Well, John, for all your charm. I still don't know who you are and what you do.
I'm a simple worker. I'm a supervisor down with the pipe systems for the city water, and working on an engineering degree. And again, it was just a local client that appreciated my efforts for something completely out of the ordinary, and offered me this ticket because he knew how much I enjoyed other cultures.
That's lovely. We also like to share our culture and learn the local culture a bit more. So tell me, John, what sometimes people are attracted to places without knowing. Do you believe that there is something greater out there that pulls two people together?
Of course. And now he will engage his charming, friendly, and handsome.
What does he want to achieve? What do you want to achieve?
Nothing more than comfortable, subtle sexual tension. Just a little bit of casual play. Nothing more than that.
Do you want her to get you to get? Do you want to get her to do something? Do you want her to just
No.
not
Just
notice the fact that you are not?
Strictly trying to diffuse the situation with common attraction. Nothing
Okay.
trying to get anywhere with it, but just I'm overwhelmed by the situation. You're very beautiful, and I'm an unsophisticated, normal, good-looking guy. Nothing more than that.
So basically, you're masking your real intentions. So that's going to be sneaking around again.
Okay.
And you can roll +3 because you have charming, friendly, handsome. You have everything going for you at this moment.
Well, if Mitosis would roll for me, I would appreciate it so that everyone can see.
Yep.
Sure.
9.
And so +3, I got 12.
She looks you up and down. She says, "Well, I hope I will see you again tonight. I have some business to attend, Mr. Lamb.
Of course,
I will see you later."
It would be my pleasure, Jade. Thank you for your time.
And she walks away. Meanwhile, Kitsune, what are you up to?
Well, I suppose Kitsune wants to breach the perimeter, maybe scaling a wall, waiting for guards to leave at the right time, and then scaling the wall of the building to get up on the roof and set up there and get bearings from there. So, would that, what would that move be? I got a few tags I could throw on it if you want me to roll for it.
Sneaking around, definitely. Yeah, roll
Awesome.
for it. Let's see how you're doing.
So yeah, I would. A lot of it would come from ninja after a fashion, and definitely the parkour, scaling up that wall, flipping down.
Yeah.
And nimble as a fox, move in the shadows to try and stay stealthy. And then I would also just throw on sense of lucky opportunity for darting when the guards aren't looking.
Okay, this is definitely your turf. So you're rolling +4, which
Awesome.
is...
And if you don't mind, Chris or Mitosis, would you roll for me as well? Awesome. 6, 7. So
Right.
that's 11. Or 12
Okay,
+4.
Excellent. You're smoothly, cross the, you scale the wall. You kind of see where the cameras are going. You see the dead spot. It's not your first rodeo. You just roll over the wall very nimbly in the shadows, and you sneak in. Do you go to the party? Do you go to the main building? You have the blueprints, so any part of the building that you can imagine. If you study them, you would know that the main building has a downstairs that's a bit more secure, and there's another couple of buildings around, kind of like pool houses, things like that don't really seem very interesting. But you can investigate if you want some better answers.
Yeah, I'd investigate around, trying to figure out the best way to get past that second perimeter of the basement. Trying to, be it entering ultimately through a skylight or a ground floor window, maybe.
Okay, so gather up your tags for that. When you're ready, you can roll investigate. The other folk at the party, maybe you can think of what's your move, because you're there. You're pretty much, no one really pays a specific attention to you. But after Justin rolls, we're gonna go over to you.
All John's going to do is slowly pan the area, try some various foods, try to stay innocuous and out of conspicuous view. And at the same time, he's going to try to catch up with Jade, see if he can follow her at all with his eyes, and note the people that she makes contact with.
Very good.
So,
Justin.
For Kitsune trying to get through to the second, I don't think I have as much to add on there, but possibly just bless it with good fortune in trying to find the right opportunity or the right egress, and then also sense lucky opportunity again. If not, I'd just take the standard +1. Those don't apply.
Wait, what standard +1? What do you mean?
Well, if you can add a tag, like if those 2 tags don't apply, I just
you just roll +0, and whatever
okay.
if you succeed, you get at least 1 question. I think sense lucky opportunity can work here, but if you want to bless yourself with good fortune, you need to change the game, give yourself a tag, and so on and so forth.
Okay, I'll just use the sense lucky opportunity then.
Okay.
And did you just roll +1 for me, Chris, or do you still have to?
I rolled 12.
Oh, wow. Perfect.
Right,
nice.
So you definitely get this question without anyone getting in your way. I'm just reminding you guys that when you investigate, if you roll 7 to 9, something gets complicated, but when you roll 10 or more, you get a number of clues equal to your power. So you get 1 clue, which means you can ask me 1 question, and I have to give you a straight answer or a solid clue.
Well, I guess immediately is what's all the security for on the basement? Is it like a nexus of the control grid, or is it another artifact, or is that too broad?
Sorry, can you repeat that? I missed that.
Yeah, I was wondering, is it able to be asked what is the purpose for the extra security in the basement? Is it for another control grid, or is it another artifact, or what might it be?
Right. Whatever is going, you realize pretty fast just looking at the security on the main building, and especially the main building has glass windows on the first floor, so you can see into the main building a little bit, and you can see some points where more security people are positioned. So definitely whatever is going on below the ground is more secure and is there to protect something. It's an operation. It's not just one artifact. So something's going on there, and that's where you want to go if you're looking for now you have the blueprints. You know what's going on downstairs. There's a number of rooms, and there's 1 room where the walls are extra thick. A couple of rooms actually. So you know what way to come in.
There.
Okay.
Yeah. Start working his way in there and feeling around in the basement.
Okay. Meanwhile, just to kind of spice things up a bit, we're going to have a cutscene that has nothing to do with you guys. We see on screen someone in a black suit with very delicate hands, but obviously man's hands, taking the lid off the crate and removing the teapot, and they have a small table with a carpet underneath, a low table like a Chinese low table, and it's all set out for making a tea ceremony, conducting a tea ceremony, and something starts happening somewhere. Ashanti and L'Estrange, what do you guys do?
Well, Tom Mix will go ahead and he'll say, "Hey, honey," and rather boisterous and authoritative. "Hey, honey, suckle. Man, this is the best party. This is better than when I won the all-around cowboy at Calgary at the Stampede. You do bring the best things to my life, sweet cheeks." And as he's doing this, he's going to be surveying the area and seeing which, looking for which security points may be activating and looking towards him because he's being louder, not hollering out and out, but louder than the normal crowd. And then if he sees that teapot, since he's already had his smuggler friends and like that, give him a description, he'll say, "And darling, that teapot that's right on up there, that is prettier than what my great-grandma used to have. She made the best tea, and she put the spike right to it. If she put a little bit of that, something that Jack along with it, some of that clear stuff." And he'll look at you and just throw you a kiss.
Okay.
Oh God, please don't do that.
Ashanti, I'm going to have to take your glamorous tag for a while if this goes
Oh, come on!
It's just not going to cut it. No, but yeah. So Declan, you do your thing, and you do see, other than the security that looks like security and standing, you guys are on the lawn where all the catering is going on and the music, very mellow music, and all the lakes with the burning lanterns. But you see, of course, the security that's stopping people from coming into the house, the main building. But you do see a couple of people in the audience, perking their ears. And when you take a second look at these people, then you realize they mightn't really be guests or just normal guests. And when you talk about the teapot, you don't see any special response. Of course, there are many beautiful teapots around. None of them is the Yixing clay teapot you are looking at. You're guessing they're keeping it in a special place. So, Ashanti, what are you doing next?
Can my move be get away from Declan as fast and physically possible? I think, is that a fair move? Where I'm like, "Oh, that's nice, honey, bye."
I think you have more experience in these events than he does, so you can lose him pretty fast if you want.
Oh, good.
You could always go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'll go. "Oh, I've got to go powder my nose and not be here right now. Literally not here. Goodbye." And I'm just gonna walk off.
And Tom will say, "You need a little help with that powder? I always keep my powder dry. Nothing better but the best for my honey pie."
It's fine. Next time I'm going in a fire salamander and you can stay in the car.
Okay, so what do you do after you ditch Declan L'Estrange?
Okay,
to his
so
machinations?
I'm looking for people in charge. There's a lady in red in here somewhere I haven't found yet. She's got to be important.
There's plenty of ladies in red. So,
God damn it.
do you want to investigate?
Yeah, I'm gonna investigate. See who's in charge of these people.
I didn't even connect it. It's
Right.
Jade. Yes, nice.
So what do you how are you going to pick out the right lady?
At this moment, the realization that there was a lady in red, but John was so distracted by all the antics of the others that he completely forgot. So he's gonna find a moment to sneak a dim sum or something, and then note in his earbud, "I do believe the lady in red is called Jade, and I got a good look at her."
All right, I'll see what I can do. Right. While Declan is forming a slightly less enjoyable
Sophisticated.
atmosphere.
Declan is actually contracting a circle of security guards around him, but he doesn't. Nobody
I'm
can
gonna step
see
away.
it in the party. They're just they're just schmoozing and talking, but they're actually moving closer to Declan in a minute.
If there's anything I know better than just being a badass and not hanging out with Declan all the time, is that people at parties love attention, especially if there's another woman out there who's getting more attention than they are, and they're the host. So I'm gonna start pulling people towards me and have my own audience of speakers.
Nice.
And while doing that, like as it starts to build up more, I'll probably see people on her side who'll be like, "Who the fuck is that bitch, girl?" Like that. That's the plan anyway.
Okay, go for it. So
Okay, so can I get my glamorous back?
No, I was joking. You can get your glamorous back, but
I'm in for glamorous, seductive. I would like to throw. What else am I gonna throw in here? Oh no, nothing else. Good reputation. Would that help?
yeah, people know you. People want to
Hang out with you. I'm used to it. And I would like to say that most likely my abrasive personality is gonna work against me.
Okay, nice. So
It's been working for me all night.
Oh.
so, so what we have here is you're using 2 tags or 3? 3 tags?
I'm using 3 tags, but
3 power
I'm using
tags.
1 weakness.
1 weakness tag. So I was going to say, people who were at the last game, if you even get 2 XP, so to speak, insight or growth, I'm gonna let you choose an upgrade because you already collected about 3 each last time.
Oh, cool.
So why don't you? So you just need 1 more now, and you're rolling +2. You're rolling going toe to toe because you're competing with the host for the attention of the audience. So I'm gonna bring that up.
The host, can I throw in emotionally impervious? Because I can't let other people's feelings work on me.
I don't think that really helps you attract people. If anything, it might even mess with your attempt to charm everyone.
Fine. Okay, here we go. 8, 9, 10, exactly.
Nice. So when you go toe to toe, that's on screen now. You basically choose 2 out of 3 options when you roll 10 or more. The first option is to achieve your goal. In this case, get everyone to look at you. The second option is to kind of get the other side in some way, inflict some kind of status on them, abandoned, ditched, I don't know, uninteresting, whatever you want. And the third, in this case, I'm talking in social words because it's you're going to inflict a social status on the host, or you can avoid what the host is trying to do to make you look more uninteresting. So you have to choose 2 out of the 3.
Okay. Well, I have to reach my goal, which is get people's attention on me and not her.
Okay.
Unfortunately, if I do that, I can't really I dodge their best attempts. So I should probably put oh no, actually, you know what? Yeah, I will dodge their attempts. I don't want to put a tier of power. I don't want to put anything on. I will put something on her. Fuck it. I would like to put on her that she's
actually a man. The host is a man.
Even better. I'd like to put on him. Not the heart of the party.
Not the heart of the party.
So rather than going head to head or toe to toe in this particular case, would the other option? Hold on, I got the list. Hit it with all you got. That seems to fit more because it's not like a boxing event at this point. It's more like she's doing everything that she could do, regardless of what everybody else is doing. So it could be against everyone that's in view.
It's true, but he's definitely trying to win the audience back as she's doing it. So it's not like a one move. It's a couple of minutes. She's, I don't know how you do it, Ashanti, but whatever you're doing, maybe he picks up the microphone and he starts talking about the culture and about this event. He's trying to distract you, but nobody's listening to him because you're on top of things. Okay. However, he will give you a status of tagged 2. Tagged meaning that you're not going to be able to disappear very easily in this party. He's kind of, he touches his ear on his own little communication. And you're now tagged 2, but this guy's out. Nobody's listening to him, so everyone is looking at you.
Cool.
So whatever you want to, you rule this party at the minute. So
Okay.
you can take it wherever you want to do. Going to Mitosis. Mitosis, are you sitting in the van or in the mega turtle truck that you made?
Yeah, I sit and listen to the Trooper by Iron Maiden,
Right.
ready to go crazy.
Cool. As you're listening to the Iron Maiden music, you hear this loud knock on the car. Sir, you're not allowed to park here.
Uh, I'm looking out.
You're saying you're moving now?
Now I'm looking out to see.
You look out.
Yeah.
You see a man in a suit with an earpiece and a pistol. He's looking at you and he kind of goes taken aback by your looks. He's sorry, you're not allowed to stay here. You have to move your truck right now.
Why?
This is a private. We're a private security company, and this area is under our responsibility. And there's a big party here. You have to move along, sir.
Okay. I'll say okay and slam the door and hold.
You slammed the door into him?
No, I slam the door and be in the car.
You just stay in the car.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. Not yet.
Okay, you stay in the car, and then you hear, "It's him. We need to move in." You just hear him whisper into his earpiece, and he starts taking a few steps back.
Holy fuck. It's him?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's him.
I'm gonna open the door. Yeah, I'm gonna do the only thing I know that's right. I'm gonna try to knock him out.
So you want to just jump out of the bus and tackle him down?
I like
Punch
to,
him?
yeah, mean right hook and knock him out. Unconscious.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
He's pretty ready, but you can take a clear shot at him.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a mean right hook.
Okay.
And I'm gonna instant muscle building.
That's good.
Can I use Boston too? Or is that a part of?
Yeah, you can definitely.
Yeah, just do that.
Okay, so you have +3.
Yeah, can I do my hand builds?
I didn't hear which one.
If I say hues, do I make myself hues or I can only make my hand hues?
No, you make yourself huge. You can instant muscle building pretty much builds up your hand when you do that.
Yeah.
So okay, so you're rolling hit with all you've got.
Yeah. +3.
+3, and what did you roll?
8.
8. So you have 11.
Yeah.
Right. So hit with all you've got. You inflict a status of 3 automatically. You can choose whether it's a broken nose or staggering, kind of not disoriented, or maybe whatever you want that's tier 3.
Unconscious?
Well, he's not going to go unconscious from a tier 3 status, so you can just describe what happened to him. But before you do that, choose 2 out of the entire list. So you have 4 options that you can only choose from. You can choose only from those when you roll 7 to 9, but when you roll 10 or more, you can choose out of the following. You take cover or secure a superior position, and then they can't hit you back. You get them good, or you get many of them. That brings you up to tier 4. You control the level of collateral damage around you, whether no collateral or loads of collateral damage. You hold the target's attention, and now you can also choose if it's in your ability to move them, and it is, you are getting them out of the way. That's mostly useful when you want to get through some opposition. And the last one, it's a bit rephrased now. In the new version, you basically get 1 point of change the game juice to add benefits for the next round. So you can choose 2 out of these 6.
I like to move him into the car, into the bus,
Okay.
and maybe boost the tier. I will give him. I will blind him with a what called a blue eye or black eye.
Sorry, say that again. You're gonna blind him?
Yeah, with him hitting him in the eye.
Right. Okay. No problem. When you roll it up to tier 4, you're definitely going to take him out. I mean, he was going to be quite messed up anyway, but with tier 4, getting punched by a huge mountain of tissue, ever-changing tissue, is not really nice, especially when that tissue turns out to be muscle. And you just knock him out with your first blow, and you want to drag him back into the car?
Yeah, and tie him up if I can.
Okay, you kind of hear you hear on the radio, Chow, what's going on? Are you going to? What's going on? Is he still there? Is
no? Yeah, I tried to take the mic and try to fake talk and say, he's moved now.
Oh, good luck with that. What tag are you going to use for that?
Gambling?
Filled with rage.
Sorry? Say again?
Can I use gambling?
You can change your mass, right?
Yeah, but I
and you have instant muscle building, so just change your voice box.
He still didn't learn how to do that.
I'm gonna use, I don't know.
Well, if you don't have anything, you can always roll plus nothing and hope for the best.
What is he trying to do? I'm sorry.
He's trying to fake the voice of the security guy to avoid attracting the attention of all the other guys.
Can I use my?
He has watched a lot of movies. He might do that classic arm going through a tunnel, something like that to break it up. You know, he would know how to do that.
Do I know how the security talk because I'm a celebrity?
That's pretty far-fetched. I mean, you know how they talk
He was
anyway.
probably in movies and stuff.
Oh, he knows how they talk, but it doesn't help him make it look reliable. These guys aren't idiots, you know. He's not the first guy who tried to fake the voice of the security guy on the other.
Okay, I do something else. I say, feel raised. I'm feeling raised now. I say, come and get me, motherfuckers. I have your body.
You're not gonna have to roll for that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying you can roll +0 if you want to mask the whole thing.
No.
No, you're gonna go for the count.
I'm going to mask.
Okay. The next thing you see. No, I'm not gonna go for that. I'm just gonna wait for the next time we meet you. So, John / Fire Salamander, you're walking around. Are you following Jade? With your eyes or not?
Primarily with eyes and strategically closing the gap. What he is going to be doing while all this is going on is applying his knowledge of underworld characters and see if there's anybody that he recognizes as a known nefarious type. Crime world familiarity.
Very good. So you can roll investigate.
And he also has snooping around, which
perfect.
Applied with his charming and handsome and friendly, he's going to not be sneaky about it, but casually. A glance here, a touch on the shoulder here, may I help you get your drink here? Oh, you dropped this, that sort of thing, and clear his way around the room.
Okay, so you're basically working the scene.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, you have named 5 tags.
Yes, sir.
No problem. I'm going to throw in your weakness tag, known vigilante.
Damn it!
So
I was
people.
hoping not to use it. Yeah, you got me.
So that's +4, and you're investigating. So you're still going to succeed most odds, but maybe Chris can roll for you, and we'll see what's the result.
7.
Okay, so you have 4 questions that you can ask. You don't have to ask all of them at the same time. I have to give you a solid clue or a straight answer, and nobody's onto you because you're all gorgeous and everything. Everyone is all the ladies, you know, are looking at you. All the guys are trying to get their girlfriends away from you. So you can get the details that you want about this type of subject, like crime.
He is being friendly, not socially aggressive. So although he may acknowledge a lady trying to pass him attention, he's clearly pulling the "I'm married, I'm not interested" sort of card. So
Okay.
the guys don't have anything to worry about that. But in that case, I'll say the first question would be, am I able to follow Jade with my eyes and note anybody of interest that she might have been in communication with?
So yes, you see Jade walking away from the party. She seems not really interested in the party. She's just watching. She was just watching for interesting individuals, which is interesting in and of itself. Why is this party being held right now?
Right.
She walks over to the glass doors of the first floor of the building, and she's chatting to a couple of security guards. They let her in, and when you follow her, if you walk a bit closer to the building, you can see that inside the building, even though it's not totally exposed, you can see bits and pieces because there are lines of kind of milky glass on that transparent surface. You can see more or less that she's talking to a man in a very fancy suit that has tattoos on his neck, but you can't see the man's face.
All right.
Going back into whatever's happening elsewhere, you see this man. None of you is actually seeing it. We're just seeing it as a cutscene. You see this person wearing traditional Chinese kind of robe or clothes, sitting on his knees, and you only see him from the back, and he's conducting the tea ceremony and pouring ever so slowly the hot water into the pot, which, had you seen it, Declan, you would recognize it as the teapot in question, and pouring a glass and raising it to sip it, but they don't sip from it yet.
Now, is this through the milky glass, or is this through another?
No, nobody's seeing this. You guys are. It's like something that's happening in the movie.
Okay.
You guys are not seeing it.
I got you. Very good.
Justin, what's going on with Kitsune?
So Kitsune is going to try and just get more information down here in the basement. So first room, able to check and going room to room, but seeing what's in the first room that becomes fun.
Right. So roll investigate with whatever you've got to figure it out. You have an extra tag of blueprints working for you. So
I guess as approaching like the first either door or.
Wait, just a minute. I can't hear you. Can the other guys mute their microphones when you're not speaking, because there's a lot of echo and background noise. Thanks. Justin.
I was just saying so as Kitsune is moving through, about to like search the first sort of looking room or try the first door or whatever is around, maybe like is pinging out the mind reading and just trying to pick up any thoughts at all, and I'd just leave it at that, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so are you combining that with the blueprints to try and figure out which one is the important room?
Sure, yeah, that would work out too, definitely. The
Okay.
knowledge from the blueprints and oh yeah, would you roll for me, Chris? Unless you already did. Oh,
What is it, 6-6?
yeah.
Very good. So you have two questions to ask me. What would you like to know when you scan the place?
If there is anyone down here at all, another living being with a mind to be enacted upon on this level.
Yes. So you've kind of gone downstairs. That's all good and well, but there's a lot of security around here. So there's at least 2 guards that you can hear distinct thoughts standing around a kind of a security door with a number pad. What do you call that? Like a security pad?
Keypad.
Keypad. That's the word I'm looking for. And behind the door there are at least 10 more people in different places in that facility. So it's like a little beehive down here.
And the second question is the crate down here / its contents.
You get a flash of maybe what we saw in the cutscene. You get a flash of someone thinking about how they're going to drink this tea, and about, they're really trying to concentrate, so their mind is almost entirely still in a disturbing way. You don't know many people who can still their mind in this sense. So instead of like the usual noise that people have, you hear something like, "I wish to find the gifted. I wish to find the gifted." And you see a vision of, this teapot.
So I think Kitsune would quietly dip into the headpiece to just say to the team that there could be as many as 10 more hostiles down here, and we may be hot on the trail, and then return back to the shadows until ready to act further. Maybe getting position on where these 10 might be, and of course where he's maybe thinking this flash from the crate came.
Okay. Who's gonna QE now? Ashanti, L'Estrange, John.
Actually, I'm gonna say, if you can get to the pot now, if you can find a way to get to it and grab it, and we'll take your things up here into the microphone. As I sip a drink, if you can find a way to get it, just get it and go.
And
It looks a bit heavily secure. Heavy security down there for you. You might be able to pull it off, but there's a lot
But
of.
it would have been a distraction, right?
a backup distraction.
So I'm gonna go. Hey, Mitosis, why don't you cause distraction? Mitosis, hello, Mitosis, is everything all right?
You're muted, Chris.
I tried to figure out how the thing works, the walkie-talkie in my bus, but it didn't work. So I just slammed it, and I'm driving now.
So are you going to go ahead with the distraction and drive the thing into the party?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So you
maybe get some policemen on the way and get news.
You want to do a tour, get the police, and just ram it?
Yeah, and the media and into the building.
Well, the media is not going to show up so fast, and nor will the police. But if you ram through the wall, the police will be here soon enough.
I have media and contacts, so I just call them and say, "Hey, come to the house."
All right, no problem. So you can throw in media contacts into that, and you're hitting with all your gut for a distraction. What
Yeah.
have you got? You know, what tags did you give your bus? You have 3 tags.
It was bladed with a metal,
Okay.
and it has a ramp in the front, like you know, so all the fins fit out, and they have over 1,000 horsepower.
So basically, you have +3 tags to ram through the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, go
Do
for it.
And Kitsune says over the earpiece, although maybe Mitosis smashed his, but he says, "Did anybody order 10 pizzas?"
Yeah.
Nice.
I roll 8 and I plus 11. No, 11. No.
Right. So you you can choose 2 options from hit with all you've got. You're making you're actually no, it's more like going toe to toe because you're going toe to toe with the wall, and I
Yeah.
want to see if you're gonna get hit by what you're doing. So you can choose 2 things. You can either increase the damage that you do. First of all, you have to choose reaching your goal in order to break the wall and get everyone distracted. And then if you want to choose either inflicting a status on whatever, on the wall, on the security team, or blocking or dodging their attempt to stop you. What do you choose?
I don't want them to stop me. I want to drive into the house.
Well, you're not going to. If you choose the first option, you're not going to be stopped, but they might shoot at you, so on and so forth.
That doesn't matter. It's armor plated.
So okay, so you choose the first and the third option.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. You want to describe it because you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm driving around and I did a little bit cuts, but the media, there's a helicopter that follow me in the top, and I just ran through the gate, and the gate just fly away, and I'm driving to the house now.
Okay, there's a big crash in the gate. You tear down whatever metal, whatever steel reinforcements they had with your supercar, and you just drive onto the lawn. Everyone is screaming. The party is a mess. Everything is knocked over. If you probably drive also into the lake where all the lanterns are and just come out of it splashing, and there's big destruction everywhere. We can hear on the news, even though none of you are listening to that, the helicopter is reporting there seemed to be some kind of mayhem going on at the minute. Someone has broken into a gala or a very high-flying event in the rich side of town with something that looks like a reinforced truck. Are we looking at a terror attack right now, or is it some kind of a crime world feud? We're going to look into this, of course, and let you know what's going on. So the helicopters are all around. People are running around, screaming. The party's a mess. Declan L'Estrange, what do you do when all this happens?
Guys, I'll be right back. Someone's at my door.
Well, Declan, seeing that this goes on, he's and what he was thinking in the back of his head, he says, "Well, that's already taken care of with with something else." And does he see now when you had that cut scene? Does he see the gentleman kneeling or a person kneeling? No, that's not on the ground. Okay.
That's not on the ground, but you do see all the people who are slowly closing, closing in on you, not running with everyone else, pulling out their pistols and running to start trying to stop this mad guy with the truck.
Okay.
So,
and what Declan will do is using his subconscious reaction speed that he has, he will move very quickly to the host of the party, and he'll reach his hand back to touch him and say, "Don't worry about this, sir. We done got this. This ain't nothing but another Saturday night down at Edge. We got her. We'll protect you. Don't worry about it. We got you good." And,
So,
oh, where's my darling? He'll say.
okay, so are you going to pretend to be some part of security or just a guest that's helping?
Basically, just a loud ass guest that's helping, trying to befriend another possible business contact for his dubious antiques or occupation, and with his
Right.
worldly wise to try to get a friend up in some higher places.
It's nothing like a terror attack or whatever it is to start befriending and making business contacts. Ever the businessman Declan. So he shouts at you, "Get me out of here! I didn't want to do this anyway. Just get me out of here as soon as possible."
Then Declan will go ahead and drape his side of his duster over him and get him under the arm, and he'll be working him towards the house, looking for maybe a mound of dirt that the garden has going up to the house with a basement entrance or something along that way to get him on over to that safely.
Sure. As you go over this, let's say a part of the lawn that's a bit more, rolling and hilly, you see two security guys coming at you from the house. I mean, they've noticed you and the host, which they don't seem to care about the people at the party right now, and they just pull out two submachine guns and start spraying at you guys, both of you.
Oh, shit. All right.
So I'm throwing a status at you.
Everybody hates cowboys.
That's all
They're
right.
like, nah, kill the cowboy.
Anything coming towards the building right now is going to be shot at. So, and you guys are you're kind of coming closer to the building. So they're spraying you with kind of spray fire. They don't really think you're anyone who can dodge. They just want to get you to turn back or die. They don't care. So I'm throwing a status at you of bullet wound 2. So statuses, I didn't explain earlier, they are element reflect conditions, and they have not only a tag, but also a tier. So right now we have bullet wound 2 on the table, and Declan, you need to roll face danger, which is the defensive move in this game.
Okay.
And you can use whatever tags are relevant here, subconscious reaction speed, whatever you have there.
Okay. Subconscious reaction speed, lucky.
Lucky, that's going to help.
How about, let's see here, common sense?
How does that help you to...
Hit the dirt. No,
They hit the dirt and roll and tumble.
Okay, good.
And let's see here. And we'll go with what about now? I was going to say premonitions to give him the idea that he needs to tuck and roll.
Okay, you're rolling +4. But... No, we'll keep it at 4. Okay.
All right. and with, can I take a weakness with that?
You can indeed. What are you going to use?
Arrogant.
Okay.
Because as he's doing it, he's going to be hollering at him, "Stop shooting, you son of a bitches! Don't you know who I am? I'm Tom Mix!"
Very good.
Mechanically, what does taking a weakness do for you?
It drops your power. If you had 4 tags, it drops it at 3.
but it's also experience.
But it's also experience, yeah.
Yeah, so so I rolled 2d6s, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So if I understand, he had 4 bonuses, and he purposely took one away to gain experience.
That's right.
Because if you gain enough experience, you can get rid of the weakness.
You can get rid of the weakness. You can get new tags as well.
Okay, very good.
Okay. I rolled a 5 plus 3. That would be 8.
Right. So for face danger, when you roll 10 or more, you fend off the status entirely. But when you roll 7 to 9, you take the status, but with -1 tier. So you're going to get instead of a bullet wound, you're going to get a flesh wound as the bullets kind of tear your skin in a couple of places, and it's going to be tier 1. So that's going to be with you, and whenever you try something where these flesh wounds get in the way, it's going to reduce 1 from your power. Just like weakness tags, we reduce the tier from your power. So that's
Okay.
your injury in this game. It kind of takes away from your ability to do things.
All right.
And of course, you can get rid of that, and you can try to heal it or whatnot. But you're a bit wounded now. But you take a dive with the other guy, and you take cover as most of the bullets just hit the lawn, and you protect the other guy, which is
Okay, and that's what I wanted to follow up on. As long as Declan will want to make sure he does his best to protect the other guy, he'll take the flesh wound in the action of protecting them. So when when they get to a point where they can talk, he'll kind of do the kind of like the Jewish mother guilt trip onto him. That, see what I did for you? That could have been your heart.
Do you want to get something out of him?
Eventually.
Okay. So when you're ready to ask for something, you let me know. But at this point, he's very thankful. He's thank you. I don't know who these people are. I'm just I was hired to do this job to entertain people. I don't know what the hell. What were they doing, firing at me? And he's just all panicky.
Okay. And I'll tell him. There's two characters. There's the kind of stupid that does things that don't make sense, and there's the stupid that where you take the money and do the job.
Right. So, as you're chatting, Ashanti and John, what are you doing?
John's got 3 more asks based on the rolls from before. Now, is he still outside, or do we make it inside the building at some point?
Well, to make it outside into the building, you either have to sneak in or tackle some of the security guards who are now a bit more alert. So you can make a move for that.
I was just speaking party-wise. I didn't know if it was an in and out sort of thing. Okay.
No, it wasn't. The whole party was outside.
Are there any sources of fire pits, that sort of thing?
There's no. There are. Well, the truck's going to probably explode at some point, but it hasn't yet. And you have all the lanterns if you're looking for small, like ignition fire, but nothing major. No, it stopped raining when you arrived before you arrived at the party.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I would say.
But there is a big lake right next to you, right? So.
Right. Exactly. So Jade went into a room by herself after passing through security guards.
Yeah.
We noted that I was checking the audience or the rest of the group to see if there was any sort of criminal element.
Yeah, and you can ask questions about that. So you can ask me, who are these guys? What patterns? You can ask anything that comes to mind related to criminal activity.
Okay, well, at the moment we're ducking and covering because of what's going on. So I'm going to be looking for people that I already noted as potential criminal element who are reacting in a not fearful but vigilant manner because of what's going on. They're looking to cause problems, cause trouble. They're not affected by it like everybody else. That's what I'm looking for now.
Yeah. So in the mess, in the whole commotion that started, you see the same people that Declan saw, kind of, just not moving while the other people are running. They're not moving. They're pulling out pistols, and they're starting to go straight at the truck. So your friend Mitosis is going to take some fire soon in his truck. What is more worrying to you is a guy that comes out of the building with a big shoulder rocket, whatever it's called, like a law or a RPG. These guys are not, they're not messing with anyone. If someone busts through the wall,
that guy?
there's him and another guy at that corner of the building where he came out of.
So there aren't a lot of civilians with them. It's just those two.
Yeah, they're just coming out now towards this intruder to take him out.
At the moment that I see the RPG, I am going to engage one of his mythos power. I'm going to try to ignite the explosives within the canister of the rocket itself.
Right. So you can create whips from your nimbus. You can reach pretty far with that, but not infinitely far. You can. I guess.
Right. And we got damp conditions.
Yeah, it's pretty much damp outside. It was raining earlier, even if it's not raining now.
And let's go with... I don't really think I have anything else that can apply. I mean, there was a preparedness, but I don't see anything that reflects that. So
that's okay. You have +2 for.
Yeah, no, I'm not looking to pad it. I was seeing if there was something specific that he had, like targeting or something, and he doesn't. Okay, so we'll go with that.
Sure.
So if my friend Mitosis would roll for me.
You're hitting with all you've got?
Yes.
What do we get?
5 and 5 plus 2 is 12.
Right. So you're making an excellent hit. You already start with a power of 2, so you're causing a status of 2, which could be I don't know, burnt or explosion or whatever, and you can choose 2 more options. Take cover, get them good, which will increase the tier of the damage. There is no or loads of collateral damage. You hold their attention, you get them out of the way, or you get 1 point to gain a kind of a benefit, as in change the game move.
I'm going to apply 1 to do loads of collateral damage since they're right next to the building.
Sure.
And I think the situation's going to inflict its own sort of attention, so I don't need to do that with the +1. I'm going to go ahead and do loads of damage, or the extra damage.
Cool. So, do you want to describe it? I'm guessing the RPG explodes in a. I'll talk about the building in a minute, but do you want to describe how you do it?
Well, I'm assuming the effects of the flame whip are obvious, right? There's no way to have it be a hidden effect, so he's just going to whip back and sling the whip, and imagine at the distance it's going to get skinnier and skinnier and skinnier, and finally one little snap pops the RPG, and the guy looks back in classic comic book fashion, sees it ignite, and then they both realize it, and then it explodes.
So there's a big kaboom. Glasses are flying glasses is the whole building front explodes to smithereens. The building is now somewhat exposed, at least the first floor, the ground floor. And these guys are, it's a big explosion at the corner there. These guys are out. They're on the floor, lying around, burnt, smoking, and of course some of that kind of undercover team that was not running around after the break-in is, they turned their attention over to the back, and you can hear someone saying on the radio, we have another front at the back, everyone over there, let the big boys take care of this truck. And you can see a flow of some of these people through the party going there. Ashanti.
First things first, I go, Kitsune, I don't think the distraction can be any more distraction than it is right now. Tell me you have it.
So, Kitsune, you will see people pouring out, but you are on the staircase that they're trying to pour out through. So, I mean, go up to the ground level. So, how are you going to...
Well, can Kitsune dart behind the door before they come out? Because, like hearing the distraction go off, I'm thinking trying to jump into the shadows and hide, and then wanting the crowd to thin out before going in to observe what might be within the room.
Okay, there isn't really. The whole place is very modernly designed. You know, everything is slick and smooth. There aren't that many doors, but you can find a kind of one of the other rooms, maybe kind of a janitor's space or a server room or something like that, and just disappear there if you're fast enough. So
Yeah,
you're gonna have to
Kitsune will
roll.
dart to the closest door and hide behind it and pull it shut.
Okay, let's see how well you do with that. Roll sneak around, and then we'll get back to Ashanti.
Okay. Would you roll for me, Chris? And I would put on moving the well. Yeah, is it moving the shadows? Well, nimble as a fox and parkour artist. Just throw in a roll.
I
Parkour.
think moving in the shadows works as well. You're
I think your luck just ran out.
Look what I can do.
not a double one.
I think I ran right into the door itself. And
Old
Ouch.
Stewart. Look what I can do.
Oh no! In that case, you're not fast enough. I mean, you do your whole parkouring, but something
So,
just hits you. Something
so
just hits you.
Kitsune hits the earpiece and says, "I'm in trouble, Ashanti."
Right,
Oh,
and
God.
then you just feel this whatever something hits you on the back of your head, and you're falling flat on the ground. You're disoriented, and I'm gonna give you a disoriented 2 for that.
Doesn't he get to face danger first, or does he just take it because he failed?
Because he failed a move, we're not gonna. Sometimes you get to face danger, but he didn't see it coming. There was just someone came from behind and caught him there, kind of red-handed, and now they're dragging you somewhere. You're not really sure where, but you can hear the feet of the security people as they pour out of the building.
It's all part of the backup plan.
You're still not out. Someone's dragging you by your feet into the area where the security door is.
Yeah,
and
let
they're
them get me as close as they want to get me.
perfect. Ashanti, back to you. Excalibur.
Okay, let's see. At the moment, everything's pretty much handled. The distraction's going on. The guys are focused on. There's no one in danger other than Kitsune.
Yeah, Kitsune is going to die. Does that
Okay,
mean
so I go. Mitosis, I need that car to hit that building, like, now.
On my way.
Okay, Mitosis, you're kind of driving in the lawn. I don't know. Do you go around in circles trying to get these guys to?
I try to get into the front door. If I can.
Okay, nice. But before you do that, you're going to have to dodge or not dodge, just see how well you defend from all the bullets that all these undercover guys are now firing at you as you start driving towards them.
Yeah.
So roll face danger first with your metal sheets and whatnot.
I use my power jet dots.
Your what? Sorry.
I have a power jet that it's dots. D-O-D.
Dodge. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, definitely. Yes, you can. Well, it's kind of dodging when driving. I don't know, but let's say because you can't use your protective stuff on the truck, or can you? You can always grow as much as you need.
Yeah, I like to make sure I have body armor if the bullets get into me. So bone armor. So I'm inside and don't get hurt.
Yeah, I don't think you will get hurt, but the truck might get hurt. So right now you're using dodge, and your bone armor doesn't help you protect the car unless you're gonna do something crazy.
Can I use spore generation and made a auto layer around the truck?
You don't need to use spores. You can just grow as large as you need to protect the car. But that's really going to be stretching it, so I'm going to have you roll stop holding back. which is the roll when you, for those of you who haven't been in the first issue, that's the roll you do when you stretch your powers to the limit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make force out there, so it's, my truck gonna get very bounty, you know.
What was the name of the stretching the power again?
It's called Stop Holding Back. It's a part of your Mythos and Logos moves.
Stop Holding Back, okay.
I'm
Very
showing
good.
it on screen now. So the way Stop Holding Back goes is I'm going to write the stakes for this thing. And you're going to roll plus Logos. And if you roll 10 or more, you actually get to look at the stakes and pull back if you don't like it. If you roll 7 or 9, you succeed at doing it, but you pay whatever I write at the stakes. And if you roll 6 or less, you lose control of your powers.
Gotcha.
So let me just write down the stakes here.
That was I almost died of last time.
Yeah, that's because last time he made mistakes, survivability was gone, which I have a feeling he's gonna do again.
But I inside a fucking truck, so that's why.
Okay, sir. Why don't you roll plus Logos? So your Logos rating is as many Logos themes that you have. It's written at the top of the page.
Two.
That's plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Go for it.
7?
7. So you do it and you pay the price without seeing it. So first. So you actually do that, Mitosis. Do you want to describe how you cover the truck with bone plating? What does that even look like?
Yeah.
The turkey dinner when it's all done.
It's like
Probably.
it turned that into a dinosaurs, the bones of the dinosaurs. You know, like the trousers with the 2 horns and the front, and it's just bones outside of the metal.
Gross.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Pretty gross, right? Okay. But you're really pushing it. You're getting your, everything you've got to cover this truck with bones. It's mental. So you're going to get you do protect the truck from the bullets, but you're going to get injured 3 because it's a status. Because these bullets just rip into your flesh, and it's very hard to create so much mass so fast. So the bones are not as hard as they usually are, and they don't rip into your flesh; they rip into your bones. So you're gonna take this injury with you.
Yeah.
And it's pretty tough, but you do ram the truck into the building. There's there's basically destruction, and the whole building, the front of the building collapses. You hit you kind of close the gate through which all the baddies were going to come out, so you guys are left with the security that's outside. Ashanti, I will go back to you if you want to make a move there, because you haven't really made your own move yet. You were
it's because I can't really make my own move at the moment. At the moment, there's things going on around us, but nothing that needs me to interject because I'm backing up. So I'm just making sure everyone else is okay first, and then I'll be like, okay, I need to do something. Someone's in trouble.
Right, so you're up because someone is in trouble.
Who is in trouble?
Kitsune is being
Yeah,
dragged
she's in the
into
building. I can't get there. There's guys shooting at people going towards the building. And so I'm like, I'm completely screwed. But that's why I was waiting for the car to crash. Since the car's crashed, can I sneak in?
Yeah, you can sneak in. You can whatever sneaky tags you have. Let's use it for sneaking around. And I mean, in the mess and the destruction, you can try to get downstairs after all the baddies start surrounding this car where Mitosis is in.
That was the plan.
Okay, so roll sneak around.
Before I do that, I'm gonna switch to my disguise because I have my disguise underneath my clothes. So I'm gonna put my clothes off, put my disguise because I have a reputation to uphold. Put my disguise on, and I'm gonna try and sneak in. And I'm gonna try and go. My trick is that everything okay?
What does it look like? Just to let us know.
Oh, it's one of those like full-on cat suits. Basically, it's got like regal lines running down the sides, and it's got like and at the bottom it's got like proper like golden lines just running down the left side, and it has a half mask.
Okay,
So
very
my
nice.
hair's like tied up at the back, and it's got like a half mask on.
In classic comic book fashion, it's exactly the same thing she was wearing, but she just put on a little mask.
Very good.
And so I'm going with this. Can I use disguise to help me out because it makes me blend a bit better?
They're kind of going for anyone walking in there,
That's fair.
especially girls in cat suits. So that's not
Yeah,
gonna
but it's my nighttime wear. It's my sneaking wear. It's sneaky wear. It's sneaky wear.
Unfortunately, it's big explosions shoot you up wear is needed.
Yeah, come on, give it to me, Amit.
No, sorry.
Wow, you're the
This
worst.
guy- No, but it's just it's not related to what you're trying
No
to do.
problem. Well, can I use a whip to get up to the top and pull use a whip to get to, like some part and pull myself into the building?
Yeah, you can do that to give yourself an advantage. Move out of the way.
I'll do that, and I think that's about it. So just a +1.
Okay, so you roll +1. Show us what you got.
7, 8.
8. So it means you do get in, but when you sneak around, the move says that I get to choose one kind of complication that happens there. So either someone unimportant saw you, but now that makes them important, or you're perceived by some kind of secondary sense. Someone smells you while you're sneaking. That could be a good option, or because you are probably wearing a perfume. And or the last option is you're kind of stuck in the middle and you're not sure what to do, or you can either finish your action and take a risk for it, or try to go back. But what's going to happen is that you pass all of the security very elegantly. You kind of you can describe how you do that.
Well, I'm as the car's moving in, I actually sneak up behind it. I grab onto its side, and as it gets towards the building, I let go, I roll, and as I roll and I get up, I throw my bracelet up into a whip, grab onto the top bit, and I retract it towards me, so I like sort of slingshot my way through a window. I flip inside, grab onto the still, let myself down from one of the broken holes, and I land the 3-point landing.
Excellent. So you just you land in your cat-like style, and from this feat of acrobatics, and you quickly walk downstairs. You do that just as the men. Sorry, you do that just after the security guards are pouring out. So the place looks kind of empty. The very clean, kind of almost shiny white walls. They have a kind of a plasticky texture to them. This place looks kind of high-techy, but very modern design. You note it to yourself as you go downstairs stealthily. But when you get downstairs, you hear a voice behind you. And someone says, "Stop right there." It's a woman's voice.
I'm going to pause.
You are really literally 2 feet away from the keypad door, which seems like the place where they may have taken Kitsune. And you see behind you the woman in the red dress, and if she's here, it's pretty obvious that she is the one you're looking for. I mean, the woman in the red dress that's running the show. Which Fire Salamander has named Jade. And she tells you, "Where do you think you're going?"
I look at her, and I sort of smile under my mask, and I go, "I was planning on preferably opening the store, fulfilling my contract, and leaving without a trace, but it seems like you're just too good for me to do that without being noticed."
Well, I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that, so I'll have to ask you to come with me.
I think that's perfectly fair. I do have a question. Do you happen to know the key codes to open this door?
I understand, she said. We can do it the hard way. And then she starts running at you. You know, she's gonna try and hit you. You run towards her.
Yeah, fucking double running it.
So you girls are running at each other. Red dress, cat suit. What are you going to do? Are you going to hit her somehow? She's obviously not afraid, and when she comes towards you, you seem to catch a like kind of a red glimmer under her skin.
Ooh. Right. I would like to try and change the game. My change the game is I'd like her to reveal her hand before I reveal mine. So I'm basically gonna try and get her to show me what she can do early. So I'm gonna put myself in I'm gonna run towards her. I'm gonna look like completely vulnerable on one side. And when she does her attack, I'm gonna dodge it and be like, okay, that's what you do. That's a little terrifying. Now I know what to do next.
Okay, no problem. You can do that. I would actually ask you to roll investigate for that, even though it's a kind of a combat move, but you're actually trying to reveal something. So roll investigate.
I think that's fair.
You can
cool.
You can still use all your combat tags for that are relevant.
Cool. Okay. So can transform to any weapon, accurate, indestructible to start with.
Are you clashing with her with your weapon?
Yeah, I'm going to pull out my weapon. I mean, I don't know what the power is, so I have to pull out my weapon and transform it according to what... I change the transformation to what I need to transform it to clash with her. Okay. I don't know what it is yet. So, transform, accurate, indestructible. And... Oh, I don't know. Nothing else would work on that case. It's just these three, I think. I can't see any of my other skills helping me figure out what she's doing next.
Okay, do you have a weakness tag that's going to play in here? I can have a look
on investigation.
Let's see. Excalibur. Yeah, it's not really gonna. Nothing here is gonna.
Yeah, if I was attacking her, I'd be like, okay, I can use one. But I'm not attacking her. I'm trying to see what her skill is. So none of my tags will work for that.
Go for it. +3.
Oh, +3. Oh, give me a high roll, baby. Oh, come on. 6, 7, 8, 9.
You got a 9, so you have. Do you use 3 tags? You have 3 questions to ask about her. I'm assuming one of them is, what is she up to? What's her story?
Yeah, what's her story?
And then I'm going to choose one of the complications. So you do that. What kind of weapon do you craft? Is it something specific or?
I can't. I don't know until well, whatever she transforms into. Well, okay, fuck it. I'll do a whip. Like as she's coming forward, I'll do what I did before. Whip it up, grab the wall, pull myself away from her, so she does her move, and I can see what her move is.
Right. So she's very fast. She tries to hit you as you do this whole thing, and you have to kind of block her with something. What would you block her with?
Can I? Well, is she coming with her hand?
Yeah, she's coming with her hand.
I'll kick her hand away with her heel.
Right. You move her hand away over the heel, and the hand just rams.
No, with my heels.
Oh, sorry, with your heel.
Yeah.
With your heel, and the hand just rams into the wall, and you just see the whole hand going. It starts appearing like a crystal, very fast, just like a red crystal. And she just rams into the wall, and there's a big, not dent, but really crack in the wall where she hits it, and she puts her hand almost through the wall.
Oh, cool. Second question.
And her entire skin around the hand is kind of glittering like a ruby or red jade.
Oh, that's not good.
We're gonna cut to someone else. Declan, what are you up to? We can't hear you. You're muted.
You're muted.
Dog, I thought I hit that thing. Declan's looking around, looking at the situation that's immediately concerning him, if they're still trying to fire at him or not.
There's the 2 people there are definitely want to take you guys down. There is a big ass truck on the lawn covered in bone and bone fragments, which you're guessing is mitosis in that. Um, there was a big explosion that caused by a whip of flame, which you're guessing is fire salamander. But it's all very messy. You need to find your if you want your people, or you do your own thing.
All right.
Sorry, and I forgot to mention that Excalibur went downstairs where you hear on the radio there's
Yeah.
trouble.
Okay. Damn. He's gonna go ahead and flash his coat open to let the guys because we're on the ground.
Yeah.
To show them that I had the host right there. Basically, showing that we're not aggressive, but I'm going to try to tell them, hold on one moment. Let me reach in my pocket. I can give you my card to show you who I am, there, partner. And like that. And this good man here can vouch for my sincerity of how I planned, and not planned, but how I acted to protect him from this insane. This is better rodeo than I've seen in my whole life. And so he'll have the card. If they don't shoot him going for the card or tell him to stop, he's going to pull out the card. It's going to be a business card. It's not going to say, yeah, Tom Mix, but it's going to be actually one of L'Estrange's warehouse cover business cards, importer exporter.
Excellent. So why don't you roll for convince? You're trying to convince these guys to let you in. Let you in? Is that it? Let you into the building?
No, I'm trying to convince them not to kill us.
Okay, no problem.
On that one, that we're at this point we're not the threat.
Right, no problem. So why don't you roll for convince, and what are you going to throw into that?
Well, I'm going to throw in haggle.
Okay.
I'll throw in my business connections because I'll mention one of my museum business connections names there, the curator. I'll throw in along with it creative spark.
Okay, cool.
And let's see here.
That's +3, right?
Yep, so far. Common sense.
How does common sense help you convince
And
these guys?
not going and pulling one of my weapons and shooting them and showing them the actual host that they planted for the party.
Sure, that's
not being aggressive, but
yeah, it definitely helps you decide what to do, but it doesn't help you do it. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right.
That's the two.
And all right, good judge of character.
Yeah, that can work. So you have +4.
All right, and we'll go ahead and what about authoritative? A little bit of authority, confidence.
You're kind of playing, it definitely works, but you're kind of playing many different games. So maybe just narrow it down a bit. What are you trying to tell them? Are you trying to tell them, you people need to listen to me? Are you being authoritative, or are you being friendly?
I'm being friendly but confident. Saying,
okay.
Saying, listen to me now. We're not the threat. We are not the threat. We are the guest. Being very authoritative in that action like that.
Okay, no problem. So you roll +5, and I'm going to throw in arrogant again because he's
sweet.
He's very cheeky going into when everything's a mess and there's a big mob fight outside. He's going to try to convince the guys with the guns to let him go.
Oh yeah, I was already going down that path.
Perfect. Keep going. So
that's +4. Let's see here. And what do we got?
Yeah, it looks like a huge success.
Well, and now a question that I have is that flesh wound that I have, that tier 1, does that
Yeah.
subtract from one of that?
I don't think so because you're talking. I don't think it's a
Oh,
big.
okay. I just wanted to make sure, trying to be
Yeah.
fair, fair across the board.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna. You're not trying to do anything active with your body, so it's okay. So you have a very good, very high success. You're totally on top of it. They're just confused. They're just shocked. They're looking at you. They're looking at each other. They're trying to think: are we gonna kill someone that we're not supposed to kill, and then Jade's gonna beat us up to a pulp? No, we're not. So
And
they're thinking. They're saying, "Get the hell out of here. Go out the back."
oh, which way's the back? Is what
They pointed
what
to
he'd say. Okay, and he'll go. He'll start going on out the back. He'll bring the guy that he was protecting
Yeah.
along with him. And since he has the business card out, he'll hand it. He'll hand it to him. Here, keep this. It may come in handy in the future. And we do all kinds of shipments.
He says, yeah, okay, bye. And he just runs.
Yeah. All right. And I'll work myself to the back to see what the situation is in the back if I see an opening.
So you see basically the truck in the house. The truck has destroyed the side of the house. There's a lot of people with more than just submachines and coming out of assault rifles coming out of the building and are about to destroy Mitosis if you don't do anything and if he doesn't do anything. But yeah, so Mitosis, what are you doing with all these gunmen? We can't hear you.
Yeah, I think it's time to back out and speed up and ramp into them again.
Back out, speed up, and ram into them again?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're doing that, you're definitely going toe-to-toe because these guys are going to try to take you out before you even drive out of the debris.
Can I use my healing ability while I'm driving?
Two different moves. You can use two different moves. You can decide what you do first, and you can roll for both.
I try to heal first and then back out and drive.
Okay, you change the game with rapid healing. That's a +1.
Yeah. Oh my god.
How much is it?
+1. What do you mean?
Sorry, is that your roll, the 4 and the 1?
No, I didn't roll it. I rolled this one.
Much better. So you managed to get above 10. So the way Change the Game works, it gives you points based on your power. So you have 1 point, but if you roll over 10, you get 2 points.
Yeah.
And you can use that to remove tiers or create tags or inflict tiers of status on other people. So right now you can cure 2 tiers of your injury. Right, you're down to 1, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And you can roll, go toe-to-toe for whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna back out and I'm gonna try to... Yeah, I'm a simple-minded guy, so I just back out and try to ramp them again.
Right, so it's just like ram. That's basically
until the car cannot move, so...
Okay, very good.
I roll 4 plus... I don't know what I'm gonna use. 8, I think. I have no driver ability, but I don't know.
You have the engine of the truck.
Oh yeah, I've lost the what do you call it, the ramp and the middle blade. It's a +3, so I'm at 11.
So you have to choose 2 options. One is to actually succeed in doing this maneuver.
Yeah.
2 is to cause damage to these people, tier 3 damage to the security personnel.
Yeah.
And 3 is to not get hurt yourself. You can only choose 2.
I don't care about myself.
You don't care about yourself.
No. The people
Okay.
need to get hurt. I take you.
Right.
I also have lost my bone armor on my car, right?
Do you have bone armor on your car? It was
Yeah.
pretty much shredded.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to help you much also because if you use bone armor, I'm going to use your injured, which right now isn't relevant because you're not using it. But
Yeah, okay.
okay, so what do you choose?
Uh,
Do the maneuver and do damage?
yeah, try to make the building collapse. Can I do that? Or no,
you
I
can-
just drive into him.
Okay, you ram into it. You drive the car back. You drive the truck back. You drive it back in. You smash all the the security people in a way that, and you collapse another part of the house in a way that half of them are buried under debris. But the other ones, the ones with the assault rifles, fire a couple of grenades at your truck. And they basically give you grounded 3 that you can't really defend from because you didn't choose to protect yourself from it.
Okay.
So they ground your truck for 3, and that's going to be probably the end of this truck going anywhere. Kitsune.
So Kitsune is disoriented and being dragged by the feet.
Yeah.
So I believe Kitsune would do a daring action here and summon fox helpers so that Kitsune doesn't have to do the brunt of this work. And these spiritual fox helpers will just swarm and attack and pester this person who's or whatever's dragging them. And also using Sense Lucky Opportunity to pick the right time to do that. So 3 tags on trying to send these ethereal fox spirits out to help.
Okay, so is your goal to also break free from whoever's dragging you?
Yeah, free my legs and.
Right. So you're going toe to toe, or more accurately, your foxes are going toe to toe with this whoever it is that's dragging you. Let's see now if there are any weakness tags that are going to play into this.
They don't work on gods.
Right. No, I don't see
become
anything.
enamored with me?
Yeah, I don't think so. Not right now. Okay, so you have +3 and you roll.
Would you roll for me? Thank you. 4. So 10.
So you got a 10, which means that you can choose 2 options instead of just one out of break free, not be damaged by whatever's happening, or not just damaged, not get into a disadvantageous situation, and which is to protect yourself and cause some kind of status to the other person. Like, I don't know, the foxes are on top of them, or
Yeah. I'd want to put on some sort of being swarmed by the fox condition or a status on the person who's dragging.
Mm-hmm.
And then can that shake my disoriented too, or
No, that you're gonna
Okay.
have to do a change the game move separately.
then Kitsune will just dart over for cover and try and get a safe spot then.
Okay, so again, you have 3 options. One of them is to break free. So if you choose to be safe and to do something to the other guy, you don't break free. They're still holding you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was the primary thing, was just to break free.
So you're not protecting yourself.
It's just to loose the grapple.
Okay. You lose the grapple, you roll back, you see that this person is one of the security personnel guy but probably someone a bit higher up, with this very nice suit and tattoos on his neck. And as soon as your foxes appear, they just go all over him. He's you can choose what status to give him. The tier is 3. So just tell us what happens to him, and I'll tell you what happens with the rest.
Yeah, as they're darting all over him and nipping at him, would that restrain him in a way?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, that'd be cool.
He has his he's busy with these foxes, with these spectral foxes or whatever they are, and unfortunately, when you roll out of their reach and you look at the foxes doing their job, you hear a sound of a gun clicking, and you realize that someone has you on the spot. Basically, they're aiming at you. So we're gonna give you a cornered 3 status, and if you're gonna try and do anything, this person is going to shoot you. When you turn around, you see someone with a kind of a home wear, whatever it is, the traditional Chinese robe or whatever, something for wearing at home, but very, very fancy, very intricate with all kind of embroidery. He seems to be a middle-aged man with kind of gray hair on the sides of his head, Chinese. He's looking at you from behind the barrel of a very long gun with a silencer, silver gun, and he says, "I've been waiting for you, Kitsune."
Well, here I am.
Why don't we sit down?
Well, that sounds most agreeable.
So he walks you over to the table where the teapot is, and you can see that the tea is still, there's still a bit of steam rising from the tea, and his eyes look a bit glazed over, but he seems to be in perfect awareness to what you're doing and what you're trying to pull off. And he says, "I'm very happy to meet you because I think that this means my new artifact is exactly what I was looking for." And then he sits down, and obviously he intends for you to sit down at the same time, and he kind of guides you to do that with the pistol.
And Kitsune does sit down pretty quickly.
So, that was a very interesting display of power out there in the corridor. Do you mind telling me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm busy so much of the day, but at night I travel with several other like-minded individuals and find myself opposed to many different problems in this city.
That's most interesting. You seem to have more skills than even what I saw now, if you deal in such things. I think we can have a very interesting arrangement if you would like to work for me. And we're cutting off to the corridor, to outside where Fire Salamander is out on the loose. What are you doing?
He's going to enter the building in the broken up, blown up section from the rocket launching.
Yeah.
He's going to look up and going to use that the question to get a quick review. Is there a sprinkler system in this building?
There is. It's quite for the ground floor. It's a bit busted. You can get something out of it if you change the game. You don't know what's going on the basement level.
I was looking for the sprinklers to see if the sprinklers were there, and if they are, I'm going to engage the sprinklers by whipping a little bit of fire up to it and engaging the sprinklers throughout the entire system.
Sure. So why don't you roll change the game and give yourself some kind of a tag of wet. So
Yeah, well, twofold. I wanted it to. I figured that would be the quickest way to engage everything at the house at once and maybe get them to leave, because I don't know anything that was going on with other stuff. So we've lost contact with everyone. So it might
well,
get.
the house is so destroyed that you're actually not very far from where these guys are, blasting Mitosis to bits. So you can join the fray if you want.
Okay, well, if that's the option, then that's what I'll do. I'll run over to that.
Okay. So you activate the sprinklers. You give yourself a bit of an advantage there, so you can throw in the working damp damp places tag. What are you going to do when you see them basically grenading the truck to death?
How many people are in the immediate area?
There were something like 10 people, but now there's only about 5 standing around the truck, and just they were shooting their grenades at it, and now they're just about to kind of spray fire it with their assault rifles till there's nothing left of it.
So they're facing away from me, right?
They're not really seeing you coming. Yeah, they're all centered on the car, on the truck.
All right. Well, to try to save Mitosis and to test the mechanics of the game, I'm gonna push my power. I'm gonna step right in. I'm gonna step as close to the middle of these guys as I can, and
Okay.
engage the plasma barrier, but not as intended where to block something. I mean, I'm gonna put it directly in front of us, so that I'm gonna step up to them. The barrier is gonna appear in front of them, and then the barrier is gonna fall back onto them. And then I'm going to push the power to try to.
You just want to push them. Yeah, you're just going to do this blast of Nimbus that's burning pretty much everything around it.
Right. I want to put the fire. I want to put the big wall up, which is normal, the plasma barrier in front of them, and they're going to look up and see the barrier, and then it's just going to fall on them like a Hollywood wall falling on people.
Okay, that sounds good. So I'm going to write the stakes for that.
Okay.
And in the meantime, you're going to roll plus logos to see if you can choose what to do about the stakes. If you're going to go for it or not.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, I got it. So, Chris, can you roll for... What's your Logos? Logos plus 3. So he's a pretty grounded guy. He knows how things are going to roll. I think, right? Fire Salamander has 3 Logos teams?
Yes.
Okay, so what do we got, Chris?
I rolled
I think that is
7.
roll. Yeah.
Is that the final result, 7?
Yeah. Or well, on the dice. Yeah.
Cool, so that 3 came in handy because it means that you can decide if you want to do this or not. As you are blasting away, you see that it's going to pretty much use all the Nimbus conjuring abilities that you have. And the stakes are to burn the Nimbus theme. Burning the Nimbus theme means you won't be able to use it again until you have downtime. And looking at the clock here, I don't think we have a lot of gameplay time left, so it's probably going to be till the end of the of this scene, at least, or the end of the game today. So, are you going to go with it, or if you want, you can fold back, but it's going to you're going to black out for a moment.
No, I'm gonna go for it. The idea was that it would use it up as a last-ditch effort to try to save him.
Perfect. So you want to describe what happens, because that pretty much takes out all the remaining guys.
He just steps up before they even notice it, puts his arms out between the group, and then the liquid flame pours out, creates a wall. They're all surprised. They look back, look at each other, look over, see me, and then the whole thing falls on it like a tidal wave of this flaming water and gushes out and the plasma all spreads out, and they're all down. The equipment's down. Their guns are off, and fire salamander's left standing there in amongst the singeing remains.
Right. So yeah, you can kind of hear the crackle of electricity while the sprinklers are pouring water on this. You kind of napalm the whole place, so everything is burning. It's steaming and smoking. Mitosis, do you come out of the truck at that point? We can't hear you.
Sure, I should do that because I'm weather resistant, so that's fine.
Okay. Declan L'Estrange, where are you located at the minute?
Well, I went to the backyard. Is that where the pond was with the lanterns that were floating, right?
Right, and you can see, the whole thing flashed pretty brightly what Fire Salamander just pulled off, so you can see this kind of globe of red light and fire coming out of the building, and you see maybe the backs of these guys just being overrun by this liquid napalm kind of stuff, and as it subsides, you see burning in the middle of all of it your teammate, and then the other teammate, Mitosis. But you can't see Excalibur and Kitsune.
Okay. They must be in the building or captured.
I'll be right back as y'all are dealing with that.
Okay. Must be in the building, captured, or dead. Well, let's see here. Declan will go ahead and from the back of his duster, he'll pull his rifle, sling it out, and he will move forward to the house and up to Mitosis and to Salamander and ask them if they've seen our compadres in arms, and the rounds that he has loaded into the rifle are the explosive rounds. Mm-hmm. So so we don't have to readdress that. And in the converted Colt pistol are the adhesive rounds and standard Derringer rounds in his hat for that. So we got that addressed. And depending on what they want to do, I'll say last I knew that the Excalibur, she was trying to connive her way in with the group of groupies on into the front, and that little jumping grasshopper, last time I saw him, he jumped down and disappeared, so I don't know where he's at. So
as you're saying these things, you notice that the external circle of security forces is kind of drawing near the house little by little. Mitosis, what do you reply to L'Estrange?
I'm gonna say let's find our friend, and I'm gonna go to the bus and pull out the door and use as a shield for him. Can you do that?
Yes, of course you can. You're changing the game, but okay, roll change the game.
Okay.
You have your strength and you can even throw in the steel plating of your bus because you're using it.
Yeah. Did I roll?
No, I think that's the last roll.
Yeah. 9 plus my strength, muscles, and steel plate.
Okay, you can choose to use the tags, the points you got, either to reduce incoming statuses by 2 or I mean 2 points for reducing incoming statuses,
Yeah.
or give you a tag shield, or something like that.
Yeah, shield.
So,
So
okay.
I can shield strength also. If we
By the way, you can also make it an area effect by spending one of the points. So you can have shield 1 area effect or shield 2 just for yourself.
shield 1 air effect.
Okay, very good. So you're shielding the area, but I didn't hear you. You said to Declan to go and save your friends.
I say that's fine. Let's go and save our friend, and I go to the bus, pull it off, and go with him.
Now,
Okay.
how far away are the security forces?
They're drawing near. They're about something like 100 feet away. But whoever's going to stay upstairs is going to have to deal with them. So you need to decide what share of things you're gonna. Or not, or you can go downstairs and then be, get them neck there at the stairs, but there's loads of them.
There's loads of them. Are they tightly gathered together?
Not just yet. They're kind of
Spread out?
drawing near, spread out and drawing near. As they move forward, they become closer.
What type of weapons do I see that they have, if any?
Submachine guns, pistols, and not as heavily armored as the ones that Fire Salamander and Mitosis took out, but there's a number of them, and some of them have rifles. So especially the ones that were in the guardhouse, so they can pull out some rifles.
All right, the ones with the rifles, Declan's going to go ahead and try to keep them at bay at first when he sees the rifles, because he knows that those are going to be a reach out and touch somebody threat. So he's going to go ahead and try to, at least if they're somewhat close, he's going to try to shoot at least one to cause them to
go for it.
Maybe
no, you can shoot a group.
Oh, all right.
There's no problem like starting a gunfight, and rolling it as one move.
Okay, then he'll go for all the ones with the rifles.
Okay.
Because they have the longer range.
So give me the tags you're gonna use.
Good shot. Explosive ammo. Lucky.
Yeah, that tag is broken. I need to remove it.
I like that one. That's pretty generic.
Yeah, it's too generic.
But you know what I do? What I've used with Lucky in nearly all of my superhero games. Lucky can only be used if something is risked, and the amount of luck comes with the amount of risk. If you just walk in, you say, "Hey, I'm going to go gambling. I'm lucky." You're no more lucky than anyone else. If you go in there and you say, if you're going to try a brand new game you've never even heard of, the stakes are $1,000 a chip, and you've only got $1,000, you're going to put it all onto one spin, and you're just going to take this huge risk, and there's somebody pointing a gun at your head, then your luck kicks in. But if it's just a general, I'm a lucky dude, then I usually don't allow it.
I like that interpretation. That's the first time I heard a good interpretation.
When you get someone that's their only power is luck, they're doing things like, I'm going to jump across this gap between buildings, which is twice as far that I could possibly do. I stumbled and tripped just before because they were shooting at me, but I have to get across to save the damsel or whatever it is. And he makes it. Obviously, that's what it's going to be.
That's pretty much
impossible. It's those impossible odds.
Yeah.
And the other one he's going to try will be subconscious reaction speed, because seeing them come there, he's being that he is a shot from that world, and he pulled the rifle.
Cool. So you have +4. I'm going to throw in weapon jam, and you have +3. You can roll.
All right. Let's see here. And dice. And roll. What do we get?
9.
All right. And let's see here.
So you do a 3-tier status of your decision, of your choice to all these rifle people, but you can also choose 2 options. Position yourself in a place or secure position, cause more damage basically, do more collateral damage or control the collateral damage, get these guys' attention, get them out of the way, and the last one is getting some kind of an advantage. So you choose 2 out of the 6.
All right. The guys with rifles would definitely be his intent is to get them out of the way.
Okay.
And you said a secure location for him and Mitosis and whoever else is with him.
That's 2 already. That's what you get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, my other question is, since he's using explosive rounds, does that do any other effect upon those guys with rifles?
Well, first of all, the effect. Oh, you're talking about their ammunition?
No, my ammunition. I don't know what they have. But it's just
right. Yeah. So you describe what happens because this tag also increased your damage. So you're giving them a tier 3 damage and you're getting them out of the way. So I'm assuming an explosion is involved. Tell us what happens.
All right. As he shoots, he goes ahead and he hits each one of the rifles that they have, and they with the explosive ammo that he was using, they explodes the rifles in their hands, causes shrapnel to fly up into their face and body. So they they're reaching and screaming for their face and their chest, and whether or not it's lethal or not is another thing, but it should delay them or hold them so they're on a minimized issue.
Right. So they're basically injured and effectively disarmed. They're lying on some of these people who were holding rifles and were hit by the explosive ammo. Obviously go down, and then the others start running towards the building. But at this point, we're going to cut over to Excalibur. Excalibur, your move. Sorry you had to wait for a while there.
It's cool. Okay, so now that I know this person can somehow magically make herself become like super hard, I have a new plan. I'm going to get her to break open the door.
That's a great idea. The only thing that's getting in your way is that your previous investigation, and you have 2 more questions left, exposed you to danger. So this girl is coming at you very fast. She's coming around with a kind of a hook, and you're going to have to block it somehow or you're going to get hit. So you're about to get hit by a tier 4 hammered status, so you're gonna have to roll face danger.
Okay. Let me see. Let's do this thing. So face danger. If she's coming towards me, my plan is that I'm gonna make my bracelet into chains.
Okay.
And I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is that I'm hoping gonna wrap it around her arms. Okay. And basically get on top of her and like hold her still with that, because she's coming at me like, and I'm like, fuck. Get her chains and then pull her hands away. Just to redirect her force away from me. And let's see what I can do with this. There we go. Okay, so running weapon. Accurate's not going to work in this case.
Yeah.
Indestructible.
Yeah.
Can I use tough as a nail?
You can use it.
And can I also use determined? Because I do not want to get fucking hit. That's literally in my face.
That's true for most people who don't want to get, even if they're not determined, they don't. That doesn't really apply. So you have a +3.
Can I go for destructive won't work anyway, because no, it doesn't make any sense. So I'll go with my +3.
On your next hit, on your next move, when you hit her back, I'm assuming, or try to get her to go through the door, that's gonna be destructive
action. Okay, let's hopefully the dice gods will be on my side for once.
Hopefully.
Just let's roll, because otherwise I'm dead. 5, 6, yeah!
Good. So you evade the thing entirely. By the way, guys, we're officially, the time is up. So if anyone has to go, we're going to wrap up in 2 minutes. But if anyone has to go, feel free. So you turn around, you shift this punch that she threw at you out of the way. You push it out of the way. I mean, this is all happening in very, very quickly. But what are you going to do next? Are you
So
going
I've got
to
the chains on her, right?
Yeah.
With the chains, I'm gonna swing around onto her back, and she's probably gonna go into full-on like fucking Jade mode. I'm gonna ride her through the door.
Okay. That's definitely going toe to toe.
Okay.
That's glamorous because that's a bunch of bling.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. You should definitely give me that. I
Well-
don't see why not.
Sure.
I take it back. I take it back. No.
Riding a big chunk of gemstone is definitely glamorous.
So, indestructible, destructive, can transform to any weapon of the starting ones. I can't see anything else for riding things here, so I'm only going in for
But
+3.
you can use her tags now because she's your mount. No.
Yeah, no.
No, Tom Mix gave you
Oh!
gave you insight on how to ride.
6. I fail.
How much? You fail.
I fail.
Okay. It happens.
Well, it's hard as hell to ride a gemstone with high heels.
Exactly. So this girl isn't. She's not that stupid. She does run towards the door, but in the end, she flips you over and crushes you between the door and her jade.
Wow, dude, now I'm dead. Oh.
You are going to. It's going to be bad. You're going to take 4. You're going to take tier 4 crushed. So
Okay.
you're all like destroyed. And she maybe even definitely bones broken, maybe even something serious. Not yet. We don't know yet.
Okay.
And she kind of takes you, lifts you up, and she says, "You've interfered with the wrong people, lady." And then she just drags you just holds you by the neck and types the number on the keypad, opens the door, drags you in. And just throws you down next to Kitsune, and she says to the middle-aged man, "Here's another one. I'm going to go up to sweep the ground floor and see what's going on with the other 3." He says, "No problem. I'm sure you can do a great job, Jade." And she leaves you with him. And then he leans forward to both of you, and he says, "So, about my proposition." And that's where we're going to cut.
The suspense.
Is there anything Kitsune was going to do that we didn't get around to?
Would have motioned to the tea and very slowly produced a straw that is used to drink with the mask on.
Very good. So we might get around to that next time.
All right.
And thanks, everyone. I had a great game.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And I think that's it. We're going to go off broadcast, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, it was fun.
Cool.
Cheers.
Good. Excellent. I'm glad. Okay. We're going off broadcast now.